Hi, everyone. I am Amber Myers, Soul Alignment Coach and the creator of the Akashic Angel Healing Academy, which is a 6-month dual certification program in the Akashic Records and Angel Healing. And joining us today for our Awakening series is the Akashic Angel Healing Academy graduate, Jane Evon Bunker. Jane is a mother of 2 amazing boys. She currently lives in New Mexico. Yet she has traveled and lived all over the world, which I still need to hear more stories about this, Jane. She has lived in Germany, Egypt, and Hawaii, just to name a few. She is an expert with the autonomy of energy as a Reiki Master Teacher, a medical medium, and a channel for Ascended Masters and Starseeds. She is also the founder of the metaphysical community of the Multidimensional Self magazine, which some of you may have read an article that I wrote for Jane's magazine. Jane is currently working on
and if not, you have to.
Jane is currently working on her master's in the Philosophy of Metaphysical Science. She is a certified ATMANA Intuitive Life Coach. She is ordained and completed the Priestess path Lineages of Light. And of course, she's a certified Akashic Records reader through the Akashic Angel Healing Academy. Jane is an extraordinary psychic coach and healer, and she uses her expertise to assist people in understanding the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of self, which I know has been a really big part of your awakening journey. And she works on assisting people in ascension to 5D and confidently connecting with their own energy, intuition, potential, and purpose through quantum memory recall so they can live a more successful life attuned with their destiny. I always have so much fun having conversations with you, Jane, because I always talk about my journey with all the different energy and healing modalities that I've studied, and I feel like a kid in a candy shop, and I'm like, she may have me beat. She is always studying so much fun stuff.
I am.
I think the last thing
I am always studying.
Yeah. You about was I was like, tell me more about this Philosophy of Metaphysical Science master's that you're getting. This sounds so fascinating. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing your awakening story with us today.
Thank you for having me. I know I just purchased 5 new books on my Kindle.
Of course you have.
Yeah, I'm already, yep, it's all, and it's not, I want to say, you can get into like modality junkie. You can, because you want to know how to use all these and how to master your physical avatar. You want to learn. But I think it's just a hobby now. Like I don't have to know them, but you just want to. You want to expand. And I think all of us are always expanding. So
Well, I think you are such a sage. I think you've probably read my my guide to Lightworker Purpose that I channeled from the Akashic Records, and like you are like a sage to the T, where like
I think that was one of my
endless curiosity and always want to like dive deep and
yes.
like endless student, so
Yes.
I can totally relate to that. I am also part sage myself, so I understand that like continual thirst to learn and understand and like deepen your knowledge into wisdom.
Yes. So yeah, if you don't know what we're talking, Amber has like this workbook and it's got all these like archetypes. I think I was like 3 of them called out to me, but Sage was one of them. Yes, definitely. You nailed it.
Absolutely. I can smell the sage just a mile.
Yeah, you smell.
Well, thanks again for coming on and sharing your
Yeah.
soul awakening story with us. I think awakening stories can be so inspiring for us and can really help us feel not so alone on this journey.
Yeah.
I think when I think back on my awakening journey, there were so many times where I was like, it just felt like I was crazy or I didn't have anyone that I could share with. And so I think when we hear about the experiences of others, it can be so helpful for us and really inspire us and give us hope and direction in our own awakening journey. So I thought we'd start off by you sharing with us, like, what does awakening or like awaken mean to you? Through these conversations, I found that everyone has something different to say, and that alone I think is super fascinating.
All right. So for me, I think awakening has meant different things on my path. When I initially began my spiritual journey, which was just right after my first divorce, so a very emotional time period, and I started really diving in deep. I just knew that there was something more. to this existence. And I was, I was depressed, and I was like, there's got to be something else. And I want to have my purpose on this planet. I want to be, forget the family and the white picket fence. That was my first dream. It crashed. Now let's help the world. Okay. I guess that was my mentality. Like, what am I here to do? So enlightenment, my idea, I got all these books on enlightenment. I immediately was like, there's something to this. The Ascended Masters, they had something right, and I'm just gonna figure out what they got, what they did. So I've always, raised Christian, non-denominational. Jesus was always my archetypal, the being that I would look up to. And so being a healer was huge, and I felt connected to being a healer. And I started my journey as a massage therapist right out of high school, which of course opened doors to the whole healing industry of like the Eastern modalities, Western modalities, shamanic modalities, just the healing arts. But again, we all ascend through like this physical, emotional, mental, spiritual hierarchy, I feel. And so on my journey started at the very physical level. I worked my way into emotional healing. And, after years, I don't know, maybe 5, 8 years of massage, I was like, there's something else. These are the symptoms. These are the physical symptoms. The issues that are happening with these people are on a deeper level. So searching really to get to the deepest level to heal it at the core and the root of the problem. So emotional intelligence, shadow work, all of this emotional stuff I started working with. And then moving on after, years of that, to where I kind of currently placed myself about 3 years ago, finding ATMANA. And this kind of leads me to where my path brought me to the AHA in the Akashic Records and you. So knowing that there has to be something more to this healing process, there has to be, so I guess my awakening, my enlightenment is how to spontaneously heal. Like, this is my journey. I want to get to that, where I was like, let's get to the core and let's heal as quick as possible. But then life, brought me to this mental aspect of healing and healing others and life coaching, and really integrating energy. And because I'm a Reiki Master Teacher, and then I've studied now tons of modalities of energy and Reiki and the anatomy of energy. And so again, my journey has been evolving, but getting me to the point where I think I hit a brick wall, and I don't think I could have passed that threshold without your help and without the Akashic. What the Akashic Records did for me was just really, you think Akashic is in the 5D and it's in the 4D, but what it helped was give this bridge to help me ground out those energies in the 5D and 4D into my physical, into the embodying in my reality, because it gave such a structure. It gave steps, and basically everything you want to do in life, meditation, everything that's positive for you to do, channel, connect with your higher self, connecting with angels and guides, all of this stuff that you see in all these other modalities, the Akashic brings it all together in one place, one process. And it's just, when that hit for me, everything went online, Amber. Like now, and at the same time, it came at the perfect time in my journey, right? Now I worked through the physical, I worked through the emotional, hitting the mental and spiritual. I was at my place in life to now help others on the real journey of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels, which is what I do. I had to understand it before I can help others with it.
Is so spoken like a sage. Like, I'm just seeing like this journey of the sage. Like, first I'm going to study the physical and how I can heal through the physical. Then I'm going to study the emotional and see how I can heal through the emotional, then the mental, and then the spiritual. And then how do I put it all together,
And now how do I give it to the world?
That is,
So
I love that.
yeah. So really what the Akashic did, like I said, it hit the brick wall as far as just putting it all together. But being in it, I'd like to say, what came out online and what might come online, for your viewers, heightened intuition and your gifts, they come online as even stronger, even if you're already using them. I was a born channel, born, intuitive, but there's still so much more deepening, of your own soul, that you can expand these gifts, I think, and strengthen these gifts like a muscle. You have to use it to will it. And so again, doing the work in the Akashic helps do that automatically. Another main thing that it's helped with, is my blueprint, my life path, and my purpose. I always knew, I always had this residual energy sitting there, kind of like, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I don't know how. I don't know how to get there. I don't know why. You have all these questions that start to come up. And then again, how do I now, where I'm at, get to where I need to be to even live it, embody it? And I would like to say the Akashic has been kind of like a cheating course. Like, you can go in and I can go on the map, my roadmap of life, and be like, checkpoint, checkpoint. Oh, and what do I want to do next? Oh, and then I can actually, if you create your own, like, you create your own blueprint. You can go in and actually edit it in your lifetime too. And you can heal through your records, and you can heal past lives. And so that's, again, that I'm big on past lives, because I'm big on soul memory recall and healing on the soul level. Similar to what Jesus did. I don't want to be too religious. I'm not religious. Many ascended masters and many people have, but it's really that, I think that's where it's at, is on the soul level.
Yeah, I agree. I like to
Found it.
making the unconscious conscious.
Yes.
I think one of the most powerful things you can do in your awakening journey is to have more awareness of yourself, your actions, your behaviors, your thoughts, your beliefs, how they show up in the world for you. And I find that the Akashic Records are a really powerful place to do that. And you basically can take what's unconscious from past lives, bring it into the conscious level, and then you can consciously see how these beliefs or thoughts or past actions have impacted you, and then you can consciously, with awareness, choose something else, which is how we
Yeah. I'm gonna put myself on a different timeline, and I'm gonna drop myself right here. But it's that simple. And it's literally, I feel like 95% of our problems that, human beings are facing right now is the fact that we are not consciously unconscious. We think we're very conscious, but there's so much that is hiding within us, within ourselves, from our past, from our generational traumas, from all these blockages that we just created in this lifetime that we didn't notice, like social conditioning, childhood conditioning. It really is placed into us so nonchalantly in this lifetime that we don't even know it's there. And so really taking a step back and saying, I am going to actively, consciously, I'm going to look into this, and I'm going to take the steering wheel of my life. I'm going to be the driver, and I'm going to choose, and I'm going to find out, and I'm going to discover the answers. And another thing too is, I don't know if you, Amber, I'm going to mention this real quick. I was huge on putting people on a pedestal, idolizing others. And I figured everyone else knew the answer. Everyone else was doing it right. Everyone else's path must be the way to go. And realizing that the Akashic Records really gives you the power to understand your life path is so unique, and your gifts are so unique. And so you following or doing anything from anyone else is really just a waste of time.
Absolutely.
If you do this for yourself and you can help others do it, you really have a key. It's the
Mhm.
key to the door, you guys. Like,
Well, I love that you're bringing up this like importance of like conscious living. It's been something that I've been reflecting on so much recently that my angels and my guides in the Akashic Records have really highlighted to me just about how many choices we even make in 5 minutes
mhm,
that we don't
mhm.
even recognize is a choice. Like we
It's a
are
choice.
out of
Mhm.
that, and and I think this is how when we can't slow down and see all the decisions that we're making, that's how we end up being like the Walking Dead, basically, like how we become almost zombies to our own life. And that's been something that I have found to be really tangible about the Akashic Records is you can talk
It's
to your angels,
real.
like what are like actual steps or behaviors that I can take that's going to help me get out of this pattern, so we don't keep trying to like
Hmm.
same thing over and over
Hmm.
and expect different results from it. So I
Huge
so much
pattern breaker. Yeah.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. It just clears blockages like nothing else. It's a pattern breaker. It's a trail blazer. Like, it not only illuminates your path, and it's just amazing. I can't say enough good things about the huge transformation and shifts in such a short amount of time in my life because of the Akashic. And so now I'm dabbling in everything is past life. I mean, I want I work with meditations in my sessions, and of course, the Akashic is my hugest toolbox. Like that's it, along with Reiki and energy. I mean, but energy is I can do that simultaneously. Um, I I just totally lost my train of thought.
Well, what have you discovered about your higher purpose through your awakening through the Akashic Records, and how are you sharing your gifts now
That's
with others?
see, you read my mind. So I was getting to again, so with the Akashic personally, um, now that it's opened up, I want to let you guys know how it's changed things so quickly. Um, so with my business, it's giving my sessions more structure. Like I said in the beginning, I moved from the physical massage therapy to being able to go online now and do Zoom appointments, work with people all over the world, and work with them on the deepest level, not superficial symptoms. This is the deep level stuff. So I just love working with past lives. I think that's a huge transformational avenue. So that's how I use the Akashic Records. Um, and then just working with that, I've been able to, as a healer, heal past lives and transform timelines. And in just this past year, I was on the way. I had the idea I was going to be moving to Virginia. You guys, I live in New Mexico right now. Um, and I was ready to say goodbye to kind of this environment and atmosphere, but my life entirely shifted. I healed some past lives that made some major shifts with relationships and people and souls and contracts that I had. And so it's weird because it was almost like before I did the work in the Akashic, I was only pushing people away,
Mm,
right? I was in my, like, my kind of still healing and wanting to do the work, but there was that energetic blockage, right, from the past life that I didn't know was self-sabotaging me.
yes.
So relieving that trauma from that past life, I um my son, who was with his dad, moved back within just 3 weeks of like this, fixing this past life. And so he's coming back on board. I had a major move, uh, closer to town, closer to work, with just the most amazing coworker I have. She's great. So, just soul families and soul tribes are coming back into my life. People that are here to assist me on my life path are coming back onto my life. I'm not pushing them away. I'm having this help and assistance. So relationships, my health. I was just in the last 6 months, working with some major heart issues, you know, stroke kind of stuff, high blood pressure kind of stuff, you guys. And that had to come to the surface to heal, but boom, knocked out. You guys, the Akashic can heal on the health levels, the relationship levels, and I want to say the wealth level. I'm doing great at this job and work now, but I have founder of Multidimensional Self Magazine. So I'm taking things to a whole another level and building community with this metaphysical approach. And so just coming online, all of these inspirations and ideas are coming forth. My a twin flame has, you know, my soul. Just again connecting back with those energies and connections that are so beneficial and helpful in lifetimes. So I have that coming back. Yeah. And then so good. So things are progressing with business and work, but I want to also let you know, I'm not a millionaire now. I'm working towards whatever financial wealth that I put in place in this lifetime, but I'm not worried about money as financial wealth because I know from a soul level, you know, seeing my Akashic, seeing my blueprint, I know all that's going to be taken care of. I've got bigger stuff to worry about, right? So again, all that clarity that the Akashic gives you. And I'd like to say I'm moving again, and it's going to be in 3 weeks from now, and I'm moving into a castle.
Nice.
No, I've manifested some really fun stuff in my life, you guys. It's not a castle. It's one of the original, one of the oldest homes in one of the southern towns. I don't want to get too personal, but the southern towns below Albuquerque. And so it's just this beautiful historical, like very native New Mexican. So it's not but it's got brick like a castle. And it's like I don't know how to describe those very Hispanic houses, like an Encanto house where you go inside and there's more of like a foyer kind of thing with this water fountain and gardens. Oh my gosh. It's just
sounds like a castle to me.
it's just in my mind, I manifested this and I am happy. So,
well, congratulations. That's such exciting stuff. Well, how do you share your gifts with people now? Who do you help? How can people find you?
Yeah. So I mentioned a little bit about how I mostly focus on private sessions being past life regression with Akashic journeys. There's so much you can do with past lives, with healing, like we said, the traumas and things. But even in the Akashic, I like to work with childhood trauma and just the blockages, the really heavy soul retrieval and the really deep stuff, soul fragment, you know, reintegration stuff, and just bringing you back online in this lifetime so you can be completely in alignment, like instant, you know, instant. Okay, it's not instant. It takes work, but it's a lot faster with help. And that's another thing I loved about the angel segment in your course is you, like, remember I was pushing everyone away? Well, the angels really helped me learn that even calling upon them is okay. I had issues even calling upon Ascended Masters and angels and guides, and even I felt bad for my ancestors. I'm like, I don't want to call on you and give you any trouble, but that's what they're there for, right? We're here in the physical to do the work that they couldn't do, or to finish what they did, or started, or heal. And
yeah,
and
it's
again,
such a good lesson in receiving.
yeah.
Yeah.
So again, we need help. We need each other. We need life coaches. We need, you know, you got to pick your top 5, you guys. Who is going to bring you to that next level, not where you're stuck at right now. And so I'm here if you want to go and revisit some past lives. You can, Amber will send the links, but I'll give my calendar link and again, access to my community I think I have information on how you can get more information on the magazine, the metaphysical, spiritual stuff. Again, you can read Amber's article in there. So it's a lot of good information, but I'm available for sessions and for the community.
Yeah. So you can join Jane's multidimensional self community through the magazine, and it's a lot more than just a magazine. There's really like a
There's
community
workshops
workshops and
gonna
different
be
things like
coming
that.
in. Yeah.
I know you have a Facebook group for the magazine too. Is that right?
Oh
And,
yeah. See, now you're doing my job.
yeah. And so there's a lot of
Yeah.
different ways
So
you can connect, and I don't know, whenever, well, I think it's always so interesting that sometimes some of our biggest lessons in healing that we need is like our biggest gift to give other people. Because ever since I met you, I was like, Jane is amazing at creating community and
and
connection
I'm
with people.
that I never knew. It wasn't conscious to me.
Yeah. And now
See,
and now you
we
can now you can like just blossom that and just do so
I
much.
can do it intentionally, and yeah, I can work with it instead of like just it's there, but I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so great to be consciously competent,
Yeah.
in our lives.
Yeah. Thank you, Amber, for helping me become so conscious.
Well, and so like Jane said, she also does a lot of really powerful one-on-one work. I would say like you just do really powerful, like deep level soul healing,
It's
working
yeah,
working
I like
with, past lives and with karma and beliefs and just really
karma.
people release.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that I feel that I have figured out how to get rid of the karmic cycle. So if you feel like you're just going through lives and cycles, and you want this to be your last life, or you want to just have lives where you start having, you can do it now. You can do it now.
Awesome. That is fascinating too.
Yeah.
Well, and so I will be sharing all of Jane's links and the different ways that you can reach out to her and work with her, as I share and post this video. And so, Jane, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story and all your wisdom with us. It's been so much fun.
Thank you for having me, Amber. It has been fun. And we have more catching up to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. We'll be sharing more awakening stories with you soon. Until then, we're sending you lots of love. Bye.